Hi guys. Today we're gonna react to a song called Miedos. It's by two people, two groups. One is Buena Fe and the other one is Los Aldeanos. They're Cuban. And I'm just gonna be translating. Let me get into it because these videos can take a long time. And I'm gonna try to do it without the lyrics, okay?
Hay quien desde pequeño siente miedo, se apagan las luces. Hay quien si se acomoda le mata de miedo montar autobús.
Okay, so there's some people out there that if they turn off the lights, they get scared, and that's the one that's singing right there is Buena Fe. So there's people out there that are afraid of the darkness. There's people out there who get scared if they're already well established. If they have a car, they get scared that they might one day have to ride on a bus, take public transportation.
Hay quien por miedo a la altura no se asomaría por esa ventana. Hay quien aborta 6 veces pero le da miedo y pavor una.
So there's people that are afraid of the height, and that's why they won't get close to the window. And there's people that they have like 7 abortion, but they're afraid of a frog.
Rana. Hay quien abulta sus bíceps pero si le gritan responde con brincos.
There's those that will flex their bicep, but then they will scream and jump if you talk to them loudly. If you scream at them, they will jump in fear, but they flex their biceps.
El que tiene 100 millones y tiene terror a quedarse con 5.
There's people out there who are afraid of losing their money. The one that has $100 million, but he's afraid to only remain with 5 millions. $100 million, and he's afraid that he's going to end up with $5 million because that's going down. They say it's more difficult once you made it to go back than being poor and becoming rich. It's more difficult for the person who not only made it, but maybe was born rich too, to become poor than it is for the person who's poor to have money. And it shouldn't be that hard for them to lose it, but I guess that once you lose the money, it's harder.
Hay quien al borde de un sueño, solo el miedo le detiene. Hay quien le tiene miedo a la única vida que tiene.
So there's those that they're about to reach their dreams and they're afraid, almost close to getting their dream and they're afraid to make it happen. Hold on, let me see the chorus.
Solo el miedo le detiene. Hay quien le tiene miedo a la única vida.
And there are those who are afraid they're afraid of life. They're afraid to the only life they have. They're afraid of the only life they have. In other words, they're afraid of life.
A la única. Hay quien le tiene miedo a la única vida que tiene.
There's no more, he says. In the background, he goes, there's no más ninguna. There's no other life. So some people are afraid of the age, of aging. Some people are afraid of the white hair. Some people are afraid of gray hair. Oh yeah, so some people are afraid of getting old, of old age. Some people are afraid of the gray hair of the month. Some people are afraid that other people will hate them.
Con lo que no conoce, bocas temen y se hacen las ciegas a ojos con voces. Hay quien teme que.
What?
Hay quien siente escalofrío con lo que no conoce, bocas temen.
Some people feel chills with what they don't know. Some people have chills thinking about stuff that they don't know about. thinking about places that they
Quizás
haven't
en la
been.
ciega se halló con voces. Hay quien teme que le rocen las maneras de otros. Y hay quien no sé por qué razón teme perder su voto. De nene, uno le teme a coco su.
Okay, so some people are afraid. I cannot understand what he's saying. Saying it so fast, but I know he said something El Coco, and that's the like the La Llorona. Like some countries have these parents talk about these ghosts that will come and punish the kids when they misbehave. So he's talking about how when you're a kid, parents you know build you up with fears in order to control you. They tell you that these monsters
Teme
exist.
perder su voto. De nene, uno le teme a coco su historia. Y algunos con los años se enferman de locofobia.
And some people without throughout the year they turn crazy with fear.
Hay quien teme y habla mal de la codicia ilegal y trafica más moco con pañuelo de hospital.
So there's some people that talk bad about the policies and the illegality, but they traffic more illegal stuff than boogers in your nose.
Hay quien se atemoriza cuando entra en su cerebro la información de su hija para casarse con un dedo.
And there are those who are afraid, who become afraid when the thought of their daughter marrying a black man comes into their head.
Hay quien le teme al desierto y a la guerra nuclear. Hay quien le teme
Some people are afraid of the desert. Some people are afraid of the wars.
al bam bam porque no sabe bailar.
Some people are afraid of bamban. That's a Cuban band. Some people are afraid of bamban. That's what it's called. It's a Cuban band that plays music. I think salsa. And some people are afraid of it because they can't dance. So they hate it when they hear them singing or they hear them on the radio. The boyfriend, the girlfriend, hey, and they want to dance, and they're like, no, because I don't know how to dance. They hate that. They're afraid every time they hear that person coming on.
Hay quien le teme a los árabes, a los chinos, a los judíos.
Some people are afraid of the Arabic. Some people are afraid of the Chinese. Some people are afraid of the
Voy echando
Indians.
cuento de rapiano en los viejos.
So, and now I'm going to start talking. I'm going to start talking because rapping is not my thing.
Hay quien de veras le teme a que la gente piense diferente.
Some people are really afraid that people think differently. Some people are afraid of others who think differently.
Hay quien se pone nervioso si los artistas se ponen valientes.
Some people get nervous when celebrities become brave. And I think that's to Castro that he threw that, 'cause sometimes the artists, the stars, they in Cuba they go against the system, and they say that some people get afraid of that, the government trying to shut them down, stop them. And here in the United States, the same thing, because every time a celebrity if they speak about something that that some people are against it, people are going to turn on them, you know. So it just depends on the artist and what they're talking and their crowd, their followers, their supporters. If they like what they're hearing, that they support them, but it's okay for them to speak up. But once they say something that you don't like, automatically it's like no, celebrities do not need to give their opinion. They need to stop talking about politics. But they vote too, and they live in the same country you live, and they can get affected. Trust me, they can be affected by the government.
Hay quien su gran pesadilla es que un amigo le toma la novia.
That some people are the biggest nightmare for some people is that a friend will take away their girlfriend.
Hay quien le teme a un país desde el río Bravo hasta la Patagonia.
Some people, and then they show the American flag. Some people are afraid of countries from Patagonia, that's down in Chile, by Chile, all the way to El Rio Bravo. El Rio Bravo is the river that separates the United States from Mexico. So that's obviously to the United States. And they're throwing at both governments. These people are not like, they're not just going against the Cuban government, even though they're Cuban, but they're also throwing smack at the Americans by saying, yeah, you guys, okay, but you guys are afraid of all the other countries. And then he goes from Patagonia all the way to El Rio Bravo.
Hay quien le teme a que el tiempo se trague toda su belleza.
Beautiful women. And some people are afraid that time will take away or swallow all their beauty. That happens to beautiful women. When they get older, they start, and I've seen that. It's sad to see them because, I mean, their whole value Everything they value was upon their looks. And once that's gone, which everybody, we're all going to lose it. We all lose our looks. They just get very depressed, sad. They're very depressed.
Todos temen a la muerte, pero hay quien más teme a perder la cabeza.
Everybody's afraid of death, but there are some people who are more afraid of losing their mind. Facts. And I'm one of those. I'm one of those. I admit it. I will admit it. Because there are things that are worse than death. And losing your mind, going crazy, I don't know. I like to be in control. I like to know what's going on around me. I like to know that I'm here. And, losing your mind.
Hay quien le angustia y perturba el tamaño de su pena.
Then he said that some people are worried and perturbed by the size of their penis, and they're petrified.
Hay quien le tiene miedo a la única vida
And there are those who just fear the only life that they have.
que tiene. Y hay quien le tiene miedo a la única vida que tiene.
Drugs, perfectly, yes, because drugs is and it is. Even though there's jokes around saying no, you can't handle drugs. That's where you deal with reality. But it is not true. Drugs is a way of escaping reality. So if you're using drugs, if you're taking drugs, you don't like your reality. You don't like reality. You're not accepting it. You're afraid of it. That's why he says that. That's why they put that image right there. There are those out there who are afraid of the only life that they have. They live in
Hay quien hace girar su vida de mentira y mira, lo ría con pavor. A quien lo pongan en lo oscuro va a morir como un traidor.
Some people are very afraid that what they say that what they say other will take it wrong and look at them as traitor. Think of them
Quien
as
expresa del temor a que vean que se hizo una goma. Temen más que sin más por el abismo de su estómago. Quien teme al decir lo que piensa en contra suya lucha, pero piensa
some people are afraid of saying what they think. Some people are afraid of saying what they think.
tan alto que todo el mundo lo escucha.
But they think so loud that everybody can hear them. Even though they're afraid of saying it, it's so obvious that they're afraid that what they're thinking that everybody can hear their thoughts. That's interesting. That's an imagery right there.
Hay quien tiene el don de la creación y la mediocridad ajena.
Some people have the power of creativity and some people have the power of mediocrity.
Lo frena y vida más buena se cura en la ducha. Hay quien teme a ser libre, hay quien teme a precio, hay quien teme a las mentes que
Some people are afraid of being afraid. Some people are afraid of being free. Some people are afraid of being in prison.
en la ducha. Hay quien teme a ser libre, hay quien teme a precio, hay quien teme a las mentes que abiertas, hay quien teme al necio, hay quien miedo a
Some people are afraid of death. Some people are afraid of the dumb.
la muerte lo controla.
Dumb people. There's some people that the fear of death controls them. So he repeated that several times, in this one here. Some people are afraid of the dead. Some people are afraid of death, and they're so afraid that that fear of death controls them. They don't live. They don't do it.
Unos temen a la vida y otros a que sea una sola.
That's bar. Those are bars right there too. So let me play one more time, and I'll clarify. I'll translate it.
Se cura en la ducha, hay quien teme a ser libre,
Some people are afraid of being.
hay quien teme a precio, hay quien
Some people are afraid of being in prison.
teme a las mentes que abiertas, hay quien
Some people are afraid of
teme al
death.
necio, hay quien
Some people are afraid of the dumb.
el miedo a la muerte lo controla.
Some people, the fear of death controls them.
Unos temen a la vida y otros a que sea una sola.
Some people are afraid of life, and some people are afraid that life is only one. Bars. Death controls a lot of people, the fear of death. And some people are afraid because they think that life is only one. This is it. You only got one, and that fear dominates them, that they don't know what to do with this life. And then other people are afraid of, dying. Wait, hold on. Of dying, just of death. That's it. And some people are afraid that they're not going someplace else. So The fear of death is there. Some people see it differently. Some people are just afraid of it by itself. Some people are afraid because they think this is the only one, the only life we have. There's not another life out there. And I think that they're closer to reality, but they shouldn't be afraid.
Precio, hay quien teme a las mentes abiertas, hay quien teme al necio, hay quien miedo a la muerte lo controla. Unos temen a la vida y otros a que sea una sola. Hay quien le teme al rapero porque se expresa de forma muy brutal.
Ooh, so some people are afraid of the rapper because he expressed himself in a rude manner, in a brusque, very rude.
Hay quien gana más dinero de lo que realmente la pincha se busca.
Some people make more money than they really do. Make more money than they actually work.
Hay quien la política dice que no le gusta pero le entretiene.
Some people say that politics, that they don't like politics, but they're entertained. And then there's those afraid that fear the only life that they have. Says change the channel, my dude, because that looks very poorly. That looks very bad. Change the channel. Change that fear. Change that So all the excuses that they have, they're afraid of life, and then they put they have these excuses. It's not convenient right now because it doesn't come, because it doesn't go. There's always a reason. So there's those that they're only feeling a little pain and they start screaming like they're dying, like they're in pain.
Quien le tiene miedo a la única vida que tiene.
So there's those afraid out there who fear the only life that they have. Don't let that one be you if you're out there. Take life by the horns. Don't be afraid of life. You have to take it. You have to go out there and do it, because if not, it swallows you up. It passes by, and that's the worst thing. You got to not do anything that you wanted to do. If you got to the end of this channel, by the way, do something positive. Give it a thumbs up. Give it a like, subscribe, and I'll see you the next time. Take care. Bye.